Good morning, Bond High School. I'm Caleb Cormanic.
And I'm Chase Thomason.
And you're watching
Colors TV News. The girls' soccer team has been preparing for a great season. Here's a story from Kylan Johnson, Kevin Madrid, and Dante Miller.
The varsity soccer girls are looking forward to having a successful upcoming season. Here is Coach Jared Smith talking about how the team prepares.
With this being my first year as head coach, preparing for the season, a lot like the past 4 years being the assistant coach, just trying to figure out our identity, figure out where players are going to play, who the starting 11 will be, and then filling the pieces from there. Intensity, probably a little bit higher than years prior, but that's because I'm just demanding, higher expectations out of them, holding them accountable and pushing them each and every day. Goals for the team this year, it's always the same, whether it's boys or girls, it's putting team banners up. I want to have district championships up in that gym. I want to have conference championships up in that gym. It's a process every year. It's building a program. Every year builds onto the next. But ultimately, yes, I like having individual players that have, individual accolades. But ultimately, I want to put team banners up. That's what I came here to do.
Junior Rain Renard explains how COVID year affected her soccer in positive and negative ways.
So COVID year kind of affected me in both ways. So obviously going in as a freshman, super excited about the season, worked really hard, and then it got canceled, which of course is really upsetting for a lot of us. So yeah, that was upsetting, and it kind of urged me to want to work harder for my sophomore season, which I think definitely showed off in our positive, game-winning season. We had mostly wins, not a lot of losses. So I'm definitely looking forward to just the environment that the team is bringing. It's mostly juniors this year on varsity, which is really exciting because we're all so close and have such a tight bond. And then we also have a new coach, which is Coach Smith, which is also really exciting because we know that he's going to push us to be an even better player than we were last season and hopefully put a banner up this year.
With Kylan Johnson, Dante Miller, I'm Kevin Madrid with Cutlass TV News.
Belleville High School has strong nominations for the district's honor of Teacher of the Year. Here's what students have to say about their teacher nominations with Kaylin Morrison and Connor Sizemore.
Every year in the Belton School District, 4 outstanding educators are nominated for an honorable award recognizing their impact upon the school. This year, Cutlass TV News sought to highlight the qualities of the nominees that stood out most to their students, starting with Ms. Capronis.
She doesn't have to make the homework packets, but she makes it a point to print out all of the notes packets, all of the homework packs. She gives us all of the dates in advance. She's really kind towards late assignments too, because she takes 20% off, but she doesn't take too much to where it's not even worth turning it in and then your grade is just over.
When I talked to her about what I wanted to do, which was go into prosthetics, she helped me get more interested in it and kind of gave me the motivation to go talk to another teacher, which eventually led me to get in contact with someone in the field that I'm interested in, and that was really helpful. I learned a lot from them.
In no particular order, the next Teacher of the Year nominee is Mrs. Robinson, a family and consumer science teacher at BHS.
I'd say definitely the overall compassion that she has. It's so very clear in everything that she does, every planned out lesson, and the way she interacts with her students. And when we go to Grace and see those children, she's always so bright and happy. It's awesome.
She genuinely cares about her students and reaches out to make sure they're okay if she notices that something's happening in their life.
Mrs. Tiedemann is next up. She teaches various levels of math at BHS. Here's what former students of her class had to say about her teaching.
Ms. Tiedemann stands out as a teacher because it's really hard to get like a good math teacher, and that's probably the reason why a lot of people hate math. But she just made it energetic, she made it really interactive, and I felt like I was actually understanding things, and she kind of prioritized like everyone's understanding throughout the class, and it was just a good math class. It was great.
She's really energetic. She interacts with her class. She interacts with her class a lot more than a lot of my other teachers, from what I've seen.
Last but not least is Mr. Noble, the band instructor at Belton Middle School.
Definitely his kindness. He's really trying to make everyone have a good time, and if not, he'll do his best to make sure that everyone is having a good time. And he's definitely one of the more kinder teachers I've had in the past in my life.
What he does that stands out is that I feel like he personally tries to relate to all the students as much as he can, and he always tries to push us to be our best while also being considerate of like what we think and like how we feel.
He's very inclusive and very funny. He's very comedic. I really enjoyed his classes because he felt, even just being in the class, it felt very open. I could be myself.
On Monday, March 28th, it was announced that Mr. Noble would be nominated Teacher of the Year. With Caitlin Morrison, I'm Connor Sizemore, and you're watching Cutlass TV News.
Thanks for watching.
Tune in next time.
And as always,
Carpe diem.